I peeked all over this episode.
We're done peeking, and now I guess this is the intro to the episode.
Yeah, this is a bonus episode, guys. We have spent a absolutely grueling 2 days.
Full of black metal.
We
every
saw
type, really.
in Twilight's Embrace. We've got an interview coming up as well from Cyprian on this episode. And then, who else did we see? We saw Mayhem and Mortiis.
Yeah.
Pause for effect. There's no effect. So we got some sound clips or voice clips. So I'm fucking 3 deep drinks deep.
3 deep drinks.
3 deep drinks.
Absolutely. Sponsored by Jim Beam, the drink with the signature. Right?
Oh, it is Jim Beam this time.
Yeah. This time.
So we're gonna follow up with, first of all, the interview with Cyprian from In Twilight's Embrace, crushed Saturday, I think it was, in London. Mm-hmm. And then we went to the Mayhem Mortiis show on Sunday, which was yesterday.
Action packed.
And there was some really interesting interviews with the fans.
Yeah, no, it was really fun. I had a lot of fun. I think the show as well was fantastic. You know, Mortiis came in with his whole spooky aura, played a set exclusively off his newest album, which was awesome. He's got its nose out there and really scared the shit out of the young kids at the show, didn't
There were a lot of 16-year-old girls and boys.
Yeah.
All with face painting.
Well, props for the enthusiasm.
Listen,
we were like that one time.
I was always better than that.
You're always better than that. Yes. I had my System of a Down hoodie and I was like, nope. I'm way cooler than these guys.
You guys ever heard of System? It's like this new band taking the world by storm now.
But yeah, no, Mortiis was cool. He had this whole kind of macabre, like techno setup there.
Yeah, and it really played well when he couldn't find his way off the stage.
Oh.
It's just funny because he's fine with that. I can't find my way out of my house most days.
And I was shitting my pants as the little goat man came out, blasting on the drums too.
Oh, yeah.
Plenty. Oh, I loved it. The reverb on those could fill up a summoning album.
Yeah, it was epic.
It was really good. And what else? Then obviously Mayhem came on. Mayhem always delivers.
Oh, I couldn't finish so we were trying to do photo coverage of the night, and I couldn't finish because the pit was so immense. And it was crushing me at the front that I literally couldn't take more than 3 photos. So if you go online, we have photos of the live show for both days, and like you'll see Mayhem has like 4 photos. The reason is because I was almost crushed to death.
Yeah, it was
by 16-year-old girls and boys, by the way.
I mean, I think they opened up with fucking Falsified and Hated.
Yeah,
off the new album. I mean, it was similar to 2019 when we saw them here. Actually, very similar set list overall. I guess they haven't released anything since then. Yeah. But we saw them with Gauls Verd last time, and this show this time was even bigger and better because they had pyrotechnics. That for some reason the drum kit grew.
My God, it's like something out of fucking Motley Crue. I half expected him to be like, flipping upside down.
But they still had
I couldn't see him. I couldn't see him. I couldn't fucking see.
I wanted to see Hellhammer Man, but no, it was
mostly just
shrouded in darkness.
Here are the drums.
But it was a beautiful, 3-act set like last time. Again, Freezing Moon opened up the second set, and they stripped it down the third time. And, it was all the classics, but it was also the new shit. It was a lot of atmospheric stuff, experimental. So I think it was a little bit for everyone, which is great. And, you had your classic skull fucking microphone and
bone cross.
Yeah. Exactly. It had really everything. So more than happy to see them again. And here's the episode.
Yeah. Enjoy, guys. And remember, it's pronounced heavymetalcitadel.com.
Oh, it's also pronounced Mayhem, not Mayhem.
Oh. A lot of people were confused at the day.
Yeah,
they were talking a lot of Mayhem.
Yeah. It's also Mortiis. All right, I'm done.
Dobry wieczór, poganie.
Poganie.
I tried. Okay. We are here, we're on the road at the garage in London getting ready to see In Twilight's Embrace live, and we've managed to sack Cyprian here before he heads out to Skull Crush you fucking heathens. Thanks for being here, man.
Thanks, dude.
Congratulations, obviously, on the release of your new album, Lifeblood. What's the reception been like? I know it's been, what,
It's
3
been
weeks
a week.
now?
It's been a week since its release. With like 8 or 9 days, as far as I can recall. And yeah, in general the reception has been great. I don't know what else to say, because it's still kind of
Fresh.
a fresh thing, and you get this feeling that it is no longer with us. This is, from now on, it's up to the people to, you know, make their own sense of this record. And of course, with some of the reflections on the album, I do agree, while I do not agree with others. So yeah, it's shit as usual, you know, business as usual.
Okay, and is there sort of an overarching theme that you wanted to express in this one? Because I know in Vanitas, I think it was that you were a lot more sort of focused on, obviously, death, something a little bit more personal.
Yeah.
Is this sort of a departure from that?
Yes and no. How can I put this? Actually, in between Vanitas and Lifeblood, there was the Polish album called Lava, sung entirely in Polish, based on my reflections on the conditions, on the condition of my, you know, peers in Poland.
Yeah.
On our romantic kind of sickness, which has been present for ages in our mindset, and in our culture, in our politics, etc. And you could call Lava a kind of a political or socio-political statement, whilst Lifeblood is yet again something more personal. And in that sense, I see some similarities to Vanitas. Because this is the album, Lifeblood is an album that I wrote after a huge overhaul or turmoil in my personal life. And you know, when bad things happen to you, at least me, and I believe many people get this think that whatever bad happens to them, it's for some reason.
Yeah.
They kind of idolize their own suffering. They kind of adhere to some religious faith, and even religious faith in the meaning of their own suffering, which of course aligns with the Catholic and the Christian philosophy. So I think I took. I started from the very personal perspective, and the reflections on my own trials and tribulations, so to say, took me to a more general reflection and a pretty aware and conscious rejection of any faith in any god, and complete denial of any religious faith, you know.
Yeah. And you said before, though, because you sort of align more with the spirituality.
Yeah.
But you don't have sort of an organized religious.
No.
faith
In fact, there are a couple of songs on the record in which I or the main voice is kind of trying to find his or her own sanctum in life, and all these trials are pretty much futile, you know.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, with that being said, were there any big challenges with this album as opposed to the previous one?
Well, of course, the pandemic, but when the pandemic started, we thought, well, finally, we can take it more slowly. We can focus on better songwriting, arranging the songs better than before. But of course, what we could not predict is the scale of disruption of your entire life, the COVID pandemic caused on each and every one of us.
Yeah.
So there were periods when we were not rehearsing, and some of us only worked on the songs in their home environments. Then again, during these short periods where concerts were allowed in Europe, we got some invites to play festivals, and we couldn't yet play the new songs, so we had to kind of go back to the older stuff, which kind of blocked the whole creative process.
Okay.
If you're a band which somehow is one leg in a normal life with daily job and the other one in playing rock and roll, it's very hard to strike a good balance, and we only play one rehearsal per week, for example, and it was fucking hard, to arrive at a conclusion. What is this particular rehearsal for? Are we rehearsing the old stuff, or trying to trying to create and work on new songs?
Okay.
And I've struggled with the writer's block for a couple of months. It wasn't until wasn't until last year's autumn when I finally started to write proper lyrics for the songs.
Right.
I had all the ideas. I knew what the album was going to be about. Told the other guys what kind of emotions I want to portray, to convey on this record, but still was not fucking able to come up with a finished piece of lyrics. For example, you've got the opening song called The Death Drive, and as far as I remember, I had like 11 trials to write this this one, and was fucking pissed at the end. But finally arrived at something that met my expectations, or whatever.
One of my favorite songs on the album. So there you go.
Thanks a lot, mine too.
So with that being said, you've moved quite a lot in terms of genres. Metalcore to black metal. You've even got some punk in there.
Mm-hmm.
Has your fan base changed sort of over those years?
Well, you've got to remember that back in the day when we started as a metalcore or a metal hardcore band, first of all, we were like 16 or 17 years old kids. Back then, the term metalcore was something completely different. It means now, I don't even know what the hell metalcore is today. But back then, it was bands like Archangel, Liar, all this vegan straight edge, maniacs. There was some real darkness and dedication in this music. There was even violence, in it. And the way the so-called metalcore, evolved was not my thing ever, To be honest, things started happening for In Twilights Embrace after we released, I don't know, the second album, and we're kind of more aware that we want to follow this more black death metal direction. We kind of grew older. We listened to more varied music. Some of us came back, for example, me to the black metal I listened to as a 10 or 11-year-old kid, and later on somehow was attracted to the metal hardcore stuff. And then it was around the Grim Muse when we kind of revealed ourselves to the metal community in Poland and maybe some parts of Europe. So yeah, the fan base has evolved. To this day, there are a few individuals, you know, in this orthodox black metal circles who take this approach. How can you even how dare you play black metal? You know,
Yeah.
because 17 or 18 years ago you played something completely different. Well, some people actually tend to have a problem with the fact that people change, you know.
Well, that's really interesting because you said in the past you're very much about, and I think true musicians are about evolving. So it's like if you're still playing the same shit you did 10 years ago, there's no evolution. There's no evolution in the sound, in the band.
I even don't want to use all these big buzzwords as evolution, doing something new all the time, because at the end of the day, it's about doing whatever you fancy. You know, it's this band is pure do what thou wilt, as some fine British gentleman said, and this is the only plateau or space in which we can express ourselves the way we want it. This is the only space in our lives where in which we can do and pursue things the way we really want to do this.
Yeah. 100%. Okay. Well, with that being said, you've kicked off the tour. You've been to a few places already in the UK. What's the energy been like? Has it been building up? Are you already tired?
No. We try to, you know, cling to good routines, and the energy is building up from show to show. Yesterday we had a day off, so yeah, some of us got drunk as fuck, while others not. So, yeah, whatever. The first, we are 3 shows in. Tonight is the 4th one, and yeah, it's fucking awesome. You know, I try not to have any expectations, because you know, once you have them, you may be disappointed. So I do not even know what to expect, but so far so good. It's been awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but do you prefer sort of being on the stage, or do you like sort of the songwriting, creative solitude process more, or is it 50-50?
Well, I actually this is a false dichotomy to me. I like both. I love both. I love, you know, talking at length about arranging stuff, about you know, some producers' flavors here and there when writing the record and recording it, and I like the, you know, vile energy of, you know, morbid rock and roll on stage. It has to possess some danger in it, otherwise it's not rock and roll.
It's not fun. Okay. Well, I know you toured with some big names already. I mean, the pinnacle for me of sort of Polish black metal behemoth, we saw you guys in 2019 with Zeal and Ardor as well. I mean, for you, what are some of the bands that you want to tour with, I guess, in the future that you haven't had a chance to yet, going forward?
This is the bucket list question.
The bucket list question, that's right.
Fuck yeah. Well,
by the way, you can do any genre. Doesn't have to be metal.
I'm afraid I won't be able to tour with In Solitude again. The Devil's Blood. These are my favorites.
Molasses? You could do Molasses.
Molasses, yeah. But
I mean, I know.
not that straightforward and not that catchy. Not so catchy as the Devil's Blood. But you know, if there was one band I could, you know, resurrect, it would definitely be In Solitude, because I'm still in love, and I thrive on the energy they produced on their records and on stage. I love Pele's vocals. I really love this kind of, you know, weird, strange vibe accompanying the otherwise classic, you know, hard, dark, heavy metal sound. And I like the overall energy, the overall expression of the band, and I miss them so fucking much. It's such a shame they don't play any longer. Well, the other bands, we are fortunate enough to be on a very, very, very good label, which is Terrator Possessions. This is another thing, you know, having the opportunity to release your stuff through the labels you are buying records from. And we are on Terrator Possessions, and I fucking admire most of their roster. I mean, Darvaza with their last record, it would be a fucking great thing to accompany them on stage. Then again, I would love to tour again with Whoredom Rife. They also played on that Behemoth tour, and we became friends like within seconds. And I'm so fucking happy to be seeing the guys in a couple of days in Belgium on Throne Fest, I believe. And yeah, what else? I don't want to make this list
so it could go forever.
Too long. I could go on like this forever. So let's click.
Fair. Latest music video, Smoke and Mirrors, came out. I think it was a few weeks ago as well. It's a little bit different than the last one you did before that, and I think it showed you were a little bit more front-facing and showed a little bit more of this sort of occult, spiritual side of stuff. Do you? I mean, it's been a while. There's been quite a lot of albums out, and I think you've only got 2 music videos, if I'm not mistaken. Is this something that you want to stay away from in terms of creating these sort of larger theatrical, maybe music videos, or is this just something that
I still don't know how to approach, or is there any kind of pattern I would like to stick to in terms of music videos? This specific one is quite an achievement because we put like we have been working our asses off to to collect all the items used, to arrange the location, to kind of arrange or adjust our schedules to one another. I kind of directed, if I can use the words, the video. Our bass player edited it, so but it's a
whole production.
It's a pretty much DIY effort,
It looks fucking amazing.
Thank you very much. The Smoke and Mirrors, if you mentioned this spiritual cult stuff, if you confronted with the title and what it means. Some people in Poland are not aware of the meaning of the term smoke and mirrors, so they take it literally. And the entire song is about that need of the need of feeling the divine, even if you are if you belong to a community like black metal or extreme metal. Where you reject God, all deities, but still have this urge to believe in something, or to substitute the Christian God with another one. So there's a tendency in this whole spiritual black metal, to kind of substitute one god with another, and this is what the song is all about. All this spirituality, and I think it's all smoke and mirrors. It's all buzzwords, or
bullshit.
Or at least in most cases, bullshit.
Okay. Well, this kind of segues nicely into my next question. I was going to say, some years back, you said that death is an opportunity to ask questions about the here and now and what kind of legacy, if any at all, we're possibly leaving. So, I'm curious, you're in Poland, right at the gates, you got fucking the worst part of humanity, which is fucking war. Do you think that we're going to leave anything other than like a fucking putrid history behind? Or do you think that slowly there's a bright tunnel at the end of the lights that isn't a train coming to us?
I think most of our efforts are, of course, Sisyphean efforts, but we can only try and do our best, what we do best, and this is, not being assholes, recording good music. However unsatanic or unblack metal or unelitist it may sound, just being good people, not being assholes,
You're a little bit cautious, or maybe quite cautious, of social media, and rightly so. And I mean, especially in the black metal community, that's something that people are very, very cautious of. But for us fans and for people like me, I mean, it's fantastic. So how do you find sort of that balance and also staying away from sort of the dangers of, people creating a false narrative about you or the band or the community with sort of this, crazy culture right now on social media. Everyone's just yelling and fucking pointing fingers at each other. No one's really listening to anything. So do you find that it's a lot harder for you guys now, and are you a lot more cautious now than maybe like a few years ago even?
To be honest, I don't even know if I'm much more cautious than 1 or 2 years ago. And to be even more honest, I realized some months ago that I'm pretty much fucking addicted to social media, and needed to take the time off. Just log out and kind of learn to live without this shit. It's not a secret that social media are dopamine farms, Yeah. So you've got this instant gratification, especially when posting some shit or or being a part of some shitstorm online. And when I look back at the guy who I was like 7 years ago. This was me. I engaged into all this. Bullshit stuff. I had the urge to comment on every subject matter, believing my opinion matters in any way, even if I hadn't possessed any subject knowledge.
Yeah.
And right now I'm more aware of that, and I do not want to be a part of most discussions. Only those concerning something that I really know about or have any knowledge on, or when if I take part in any kind of discussion, it has to somehow relate to me, to myself.
Yeah, personal.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, with that being said then, because I mean, I've followed sort of weirdly Polish politics for a few years now, and the thing is that it's becoming much more conservative and sort of right-leaning. So
unfortunately,
is there like a stress on black metal bands in Poland? Because it feels like there's just more good fucking Polish black metal bands, despite these sort of Christians. Like I know Nurgle recently won his case as well. So it just keeps going.
Thanks. You're fine.
For now.
Well, the strange thing is the black metal community is spiked with conservatism and right-wing shit too in Poland. So it's not that simple. Of course, those more enlightened individuals kind of are sick of what's happening with the law and justice ruling party. They're conservative, so to say, contra-revolution or something like this. But quite a popular stance in the black metal community is, I'm not interested in politics at all, and sadly or ironically, the people who say they are not interested in politics, it does not take you so much to know they have these conservative views, you know. So getting back to your question, I wouldn't say that black metal or any kind of rock music is by any means or in any way persecuted in Poland. Nergal and Behemoth may fall under the ruling parties or conservatives or churches rather, but this is only because they are superstars.
Yeah.
They are not an underground band. They are a big fucking band. They are bigger than any pop vocalist in Poland. More popular worldwide than any other artist in Poland.
So they're trying to make examples of them.
Yeah, it makes them an easy target,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
and kind of it's fanning the flame of Nergal to he likes to be present on social media.
Yeah. I've noticed.
He's fucking addicted to it.
I know. I see all his yoga poses.
Yeah. What the fuck? Do you need this? Do we need this at all?
Oh, that's fucking brilliant. Okay, well, 2 more questions. I'll let you get going because the show's about to start. But if you have control of every single media device in the world for 15 fucking seconds, every TV station, and this is what are you gonna say? It's right at your face. Say anything you want.
I'm afraid I don't have a specific message, you know. If you asked me this question like 10 years ago, I would come up with an elegant answer and elegantly crafted statement, but let me think about it and maybe I'll come up with something, but not now.
Okay, fair enough. All right, mate. Any final words for the fans tonight, for the listeners, anything?
Yeah. Welcome in Twilights Embrace. We are gonna draw some blood tonight and join us. Bleed for us too.
Brilliant. Thanks so much, bud.
Thank you so much.
All right, this is Chernoglove. I'm here outside with a couple of dudes, and their names are...
I'm George. Hi.
And Nico. George and Nico, what are you guys here to see tonight?
Well, we see, first of all, to see ourselves through the lens of the 90s.
Nice.
Mr. Mortiis with his deep dungeon music and then the infamous Mayhem.
Yeah, no, I was in there. It was really spooky, wasn't it? I loved when he brought the drummer out and just started bringing out that reverb. Oh, it felt like a summoning album in a way.
Exactly. Just that,
Yeah.
Dungeonish, dramatic and epic bombast.
Absolutely. And for Mayhem, are you expecting, a certain songs? Have you seen Mayhem before? What are your expectations for tonight?
Never seen them before, so but I've been listening to them for a long time, so it's kind of a nostalgia trip, and I'm guessing it's going to be all classic, Mysteriis type stuff.
Oh, yeah. You'll be a happy camper. If it's anything like the last show in London, you guys will be very happy. And for you as well?
Well, for me, it's the same. It's my first time seeing them, so yeah. It's just as I told you, it's a trip back to the 90s. We didn't expect to actually get. I mean, even meeting him, we were connected to our metal roots.
Oh, really? So how did you guys met somewhere else?
From the same city in Romania, and we actually grew up with metal.
Oh shit, ce faci, mai? Doi români.
Exactly, and that was my friend, yes.
Great. Some fellow countrymen around here.
It was very inspiring because we both used to play. I mean, I had some music projects. He used to have some as well. Mine was called Abdoma. So all this stuff is influential, So it's like reliving the actual, original and Matrix-like inspiration, the archetype.
Yeah. No, I agree, and Romania's got some excellent black metal as well. So hopefully more will come through here. I know we're gonna head over to the Bukovina show in January, so we're pretty excited about that.
Yeah, it's a big band in Romania.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much. Any last words before we head into the show?
Well, any last words? Just, carry on floating and let us build more memories.
Brilliant.
No, it's great to be here. It's going to be a fun night.
Excellent. Cheers. Thank you. I am here outside of the Mayhem show with someone looks amazing. I don't have to describe it to you. Totally black boots, black gloves, all leather, up and down. How are you tonight, sir?
Electrified.
I love it. And what do you really want to see tonight? I know Mortiis had just finished, so it was really, really good. You excited for Mayhem?
Absolutely. I actually got into this band because of the film Lords of Chaos. I had no idea about this band. When I'd seen the film, I thought it was fiction,
but it turns out to be a real thing. And then I actually researched about it, heard the albums. I was captivated to experience true Norwegian black metal. So like I'm here in the flesh today to see them in the flesh for the first time in my life. And yeah, that's what's brought my love to black metal closer.
That's brilliant. Yeah, and you are going to enjoy it, I'm sure. I mean, Attila is going to rip us a new asshole, I'm sure. Hey, we're here, Heavy Metal Citadel, outside of the show tonight. We've got, who do we have here today, actually?
Emily TJ.
Emily! Brilliant. And who are you here to see tonight?
Unfortunately, Mortiis, because my boyfriend's a massive Dungeon Synth nerd, and this is what good dick does to a woman. If you're getting dick down good and he likes Dungeon Synth, you can bet you're going to a Dungeon Synth gig with him at some point.
Brilliant.
You know what? Mayhem.
And also, well, Mayhem is a footnote, I think, in this, because that sounds already amazing. And what did you like the most about this?
Of who?
Of Mortiis.
His prosthetic nose.
Oh, yeah. You know, you can't beat a good troll down. It's beautiful, right?
Gorgeous.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Emily. All right, boys and ghouls, we got Mayhem coming right up. I hope you enjoyed those interviews. Here we go. The main stars of the night. Fucking Mayhem! Woo! Oh, Mayhem! Oh my god! Wow!
All right, guys, thank you for listening. That was the episode. Cyprian, thank you so much for being on. Absolutely amazing show you guys had. If you guys haven't checked out their latest release, Lifeblood, please do so right now. Go on Bandcamp. Mayhem, Mortiis, absolutely fantastic evening as well, as you could probably tell from those voice clips. Thank you for everyone who interviewed with us and for being featured on here. And it's befitting we released this today. It's the 28th anniversary of the Mysteriis album Sathanas. So guys, you know what to play today. It will be that album from front to the back. Catch you on the next one.